So I'm meant to be, well, going to bed at the minute. I've got work tomorrow, very early. But I've just been made aware of the Final Fantasy VII trailer, and I just wanted to give my very quick and brief opinion on it. So, after having seen it and had a little bit of time to think about it, where am I at with it? Well, as we thought, or as was expected, the battle system has gone more towards the action RPG genre. So we are looking at more of a Final Fantasy 13, 15 style rather than the original, which disappoints me a little bit. Well, quite a lot. In fact, they weren't really showing whether it was able to use more than one character. It seemed to be one character that you were focused on. So, I mean, hopefully, minimum is that we'll be able to switch between the characters. I should hope. There's still a lot of questions to go along with that, obviously, but I'm just basing it on what has been and what we've seen from it, really. So, aside from that, we've also introduced to the members of Avalanche. That was really the main source of the trailer, sort of the opening part of Final Fantasy VII. So we got to see Biggs, Jesse, Wedge, and I've got to say, I had a little bit of a. Oh, it was a bit weird seeing Biggs talking about Cloud. That really caught me off guard. I wasn't sort of like expecting that, and it is really cool to see those guys in the game. I know they, relatively play such a small role in the story. Nevertheless, it was, it's just one of those things. I don't really know how to explain it. Bit of a fanboy thing, I suppose. You go up with these characters and now you see them redefined, reimagined in, especially when you consider the difference between Final Fantasy VII and the graphics nowadays. They are indistinguishable. To say that, to give the truth of the matter. And of course, you've always had this. You sort of had to build the characters up more in your head back in those days, rather than now where it's all on a plate. Not that I'm complaining about that. It's just very nice to see what Square Enix actually has them looking like. How they were meant to be and meant to sound as well. So another thing from the trailer is there's a scorpion boss that they fight. So from what I've seen, it looks like they're keeping close to the story. There's also the bit where the Shinra soldiers surround Cloud as well before he jumps onto the train. I didn't actually show him jumping onto the train, I don't think, from what I can remember. But the Shinra soldiers gathered around him. So from what we can tell thus far, it looks like they're trying to keep to the story. Negative that I did have was that Barrett seemed to be wearing sunglasses. I don't think I ever remember him wearing sunglasses. It's a little bit weird. Maybe they're in difficulty with his eyes. But, not sure about that one. That's a bit of a weird choice to make. Anyway, moving on. The good things are that there's going to be summons in there. There was an option there on the menu for the battle, in the battle. Obviously, what form and shape they'll take is unknown. How useful they'll be is also unknown. But it is good that they're going to be in there, so I'm glad about that. But, of course, I do have a problem with the battle system. I don't like the more action-orientated style. I think that there are a lot of people that are like me and do want the old battle system. I don't know whether we're going to actually end up being happy with the new one. But I do understand why they've done it. It is blatantly obvious. Obviously, they've got to try and sort of cater for the newer sort of gamers, because then, and it's true. I mean, I know it's happened to me. You become less patient in this sort of stuff. You don't. You want all action, all now, rather than taking time methodically. Strategizing as opposed to it's sort of out the window a bit, which is a shame. And I do hope it will make a comeback one day. I think it's really far off from that at the minute, unfortunately. But such is life, such is the way it goes, and that's obviously the decision that they've chose to make. So we have to go along with that and really sort of base our opinion knowing that. And despite the fact that's a big negative for me, I'm going to obviously try to cope with that as best as possible. Obviously, until we saw this, or until this trailer came out, it was pure speculation as to what it would be. But now we know, at least, and well, we haven't got to worry about that anymore. I am definitely presuming they've got to keep the materia system in place in one way or another. You know, it forms a part of the game's lore and its mythos, so yeah. But once again, whether that will be changed up to complement the new battle system or not, I don't know. I can't say, obviously. But it was good to see. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, to be honest. The whole battle system thing and Barrett wearing sunglasses sort of threw me a little bit, but you know, I do have that warm feeling inside, and I think it's mainly conjured up from the experiences of the past. You know, it does reignite a little bit there of, well, the first like 7 or 8 times I played Final Fantasy VII. Just that, you know, being in Midgar and being part of Avalanche, you know, that sort of stuff was pretty amazing. So I would like to see more trailers when they're ready, of course, but I don't really have too much to say otherwise. Hopefully you've enjoyed the footage. It's just a bit of Fallout footage. It was going to be on a separate video, but I just needed something to put on the screen while I was recording. I suppose I could have just had a splash screen of the Final Fantasy VII trailer, but I thought we'd go away from that from this one, just a little bit. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I've been a bit quiet on this, and the sound's probably not very good and all that. I know I've just moved house and everything's everywhere, so yeah, there you go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you do have any comments, leave them down below, and yeah, hope to see you very soon. Goodbye.